Today I'll show you how to navigate Blender's interface step by step. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more helpful tutorials. When you open Blender, you'll see three default objects in the scene. The cube. This is just a basic 3D object, perfect for starting any project. You can move, scale, or delete it to create space for your own models. The camera. This is used to define the angle and perspective for your renders. The camera's position determines how your scene will look when rendered. The light. This adds illumination to your scene. Without it, your render might appear dark or completely black. You can select any of these objects by left-clicking on them in the 3D viewport or in the outliner. In the center is the 3D viewport. This is where all your work happens, like modeling, sculpting, and animating. To zoom in or out, use your mouse scroll wheel. To rotate the view, hold the middle mouse button and move your mouse. To pan the view, hold Shift and the middle mouse button at the same time. On the left side, you'll see the toolbar. It has tools like Move, Rotate, and Scale. If you're not sure what a tool does, hover your mouse over it. Blender will show its name and a short description. For example, the Move tool lets you drag objects along an axis. The Rotate tool lets you spin objects. On the right side of the screen is the outliner. Think of this as a list of everything in your scene. Click on any object in the outliner to select it. You can use the eye icon to hide objects. Use the camera icon to decide whether an object will appear in the final render. Below the outliner is the Properties panel. This is where you control specific settings for objects. For example, if you want to add color or texture to an object, go to the Material tab, which looks like a red sphere. Hover over each tab to see what it does. You'll find settings for rendering, physics, modifiers, and more. At the bottom of the screen is the timeline. This is where you work on animations. It shows the frames of your animation. The green bar shows the current frame you're on. Blender's interface is very customizable. To resize a panel, click and drag its edges. To split a panel, right-click the corner of the panel and select Split Area. You can also switch workspaces using the menu at the top. Options like modeling, sculpting, and animation will change the layout to match the task you're working on. Here's a quick tip. Press N in the 3D viewport to open the sidebar. This panel gives you quick access to settings for position, rotation, and scale. Take a moment to hover over every tool and panel. Blender will show helpful descriptions for everything. Practice navigating, and you'll feel confident in no time.